Japan has a big problem from 2025 that is back in 2026 to literally bite you. But this time, this time, they're deploying an army of robot wolves and drones to manage it. They're not just ringing bells. This story is kind of crazy and something that all tourists should be aware of. Every year around April, bears wake up. And this year started with a shock because a police officer in Iwate was attacked, bitten in the face and arms, and nearby a body was actually found. People visit Japan with this Japan is safe mentality. Okay, you know what? Japan is safe, but wait, hear me out. You hear this all the time, but the cities, they are streetwise safe. You're not going to get the murders that you might get in your country and the shootings, etc. But the mountains and rural areas and some towns, they're starting to tell a very different story. Japan actually saw 47,000 sightings last season in around 8 months. This isn't just a one-off story. It's a pattern that 2026 visitors should not be ignoring. This is not random. 2025 was the worst year on record. 230 incidents and 13 deaths. And because of this, the government declared a state of emergency and approved the hunting of 10,000 bears. And some countries even warned against travel to Japan because of bear sightings and bear attacks. But here's the part that people don't understand. This isn't just about bears being mean. It's about the fact that their distribution range on Honshu's island has grown by 40%. They aren't just in the deep woods anymore. They are moving into our space, into our territory, into Japan's space, Japan's territory, because the buffer between us, it's gone. This is what's actually happening. There are 3 main reasons. I'll go over them very quickly before I get to the important part, and that's vanishing countryside. Fewer people means fewer hunters. And believe it or not, 60% of licensed hunters are now over 60 years old. An example of how Japan's aging population is having an effect even when it comes to wildlife in the country. We also have abandoned farmland. These akiya or abandoned houses, they basically have unharvested land. They're basically bear supermarkets. And another one that's important to remember, and that is a climate factor, because now we have much hotter summers, and these are actually killing off acorn crops, and therefore there's no food in the forest. And bears, they're hungry, and they're probably hangry. They follow their nose to the nearest convenience store dumpster, which could be a town or an abandoned house. It's a demographic problem disguised as a wildlife problem. Okay, a quick interrupt. If you're finding this useful, subscribe for more useful Japan insights, updates, and itineraries. Thank you in advance. The thing is that this doesn't quite match the polished Japan image most people think of. Because when people think of Japan, they think sushi, they think anime, they think Mount Fuji, not a 125 kilogram predator in Akita in some kind of residential street hunting down a tourist. Whilst in Australia, that's what you expect, basically. Wildlife trying to kill you. Okay, I don't know, but that's the way that I feel when I think of Australia. You know, giant spiders, crocodiles, alligators, snakes. Japan, it feels controlled. But once you step into nature here, the rules change. In 2026, the bears are hibernating closer to houses just so that they can forage the second that they wake up. And they are waking up now. This is where Japan gets high-tech, and I kind of love it. We are talking things like pepper spray drones, because in Miyagi, they're deploying drones that can fire spray with 10 centimeter accuracy from a kilometer away. I kid you not. And then we have barking drones. These are drones with speakers that are blasting dog barks that would probably scare anybody, with firecracker launchers also. And my personal favorite, and the one that I hope I never see because it would totally freak me out, and that's monster wolves. Well, monster wolf robots. Stationary robots with glowing red eyes and sirens. It's a very 2026 solution using AI and robotics because you know what? Guess what? There aren't enough young humans left in the villages to stand ground. Once again, aging population affecting the world around them. Does this mean that you shouldn't go? Should you cancel your trip to Japan? No, for 99% of people in Tokyo or Osaka, this is just a news story. But if you've been following my advice, which has been get out of the big cities, then if you're visiting places like Tohoku, then check Kuma Map. It's a real-time sighting map that you should have on your phone. Another thing is don't buy, rent. You can actually fly with that bear spray. You can buy it at home and bring it to Japan, but you can also rent it in places like Montbell stores. And then we have the whoop rule because bears hate surprises. Actually, I hate surprises too, but I'm not a bear. I'm a monkey, a ninja monkey. Don't just use a bell. Talk, sing, or whoop loudly. I don't even know. What does it even mean, whoop loudly? Somebody in the comment section, what is a whoop? Whoop! I don't even know what I would do. And then there's the golden hours because for bears, if you're walking from a train station to a rural ryokan at 6 p.m., be on high alert because that's their favorite time to be out. Guys, Japan is still incredibly safe. I've said it many times. The biggest downfall to a tourist is letting your guard down. Japan is not a theme park. It's a living, changing landscape. And if you like videos like this, then subscribe because there's more coming your way. And I just put out a video about tsunami and earthquake safety. So check it out. It could actually save your life. Thanks for watching.